Welcome to the last episode of Panther Pause. I'm your anchor woman, June Tan.
And I'm your anchorman, Henry Shergan.
I hope this year has been a fun and productive one.
Ours has been.
So, Henry, where are you going for the summer?
I'm going to go skiing on the Alps.
That's nice.
Well, I'm really glad there'll be no more grading for this year.
In the spirit of assessment, we decided that we ought to do one more evaluation.
What? Oh no!
Don't worry, this one is from Mr. Farrington.
So I finally managed to get Mr. Farrington, and now we're going to ask him a few questions. So how was your year here in ISKL? What were some highlights and some low points?
It was very good year. Low points, I think there are very, very few. I think just the main low point is it's a busy place. So levels of energy sometimes drag, and so that would be my low point when it's so busy that my energy level kind of goes down. High points, there are just too many to name. Seeing students in classrooms interacting with teachers, seeing students in the gymnasium, on the volleyball court, the basketball court, seeing students on the theater with music or with dance or with drama, out on the sports field, seeing students work with community service groups. There's just so much that are the high points. And maybe the last one is our experiential ed, when kids go out in 9th through 11th grade to go out to 29 different locations in Southeast Asia. It's amazing.
All right, now let's get serious. Well, how would you grade the student body? Would you give it an A, B, or an NC?
Good question. I'd probably go to a different scale, and I'd give it a 3.999 GPA. How's that sound?
Unfortunately, I don't know what 3.99 GPA is. Okay. So can we just put in letter grades?
All right, then an A+. How about that?
That does not seem like a 3.99, but all right then. Let's get off the seriousness. So what are your plans for next year? Well,
I'm going to rest a little bit over the summer, and then I'm going to come back and have a fantastic year for two reasons. One, I will be rested and ready to go, and two, I'll know a little bit more about how the school operates. My first year, I was kind of learning about the school as I went, so I won't have that problem anymore.
And one last question. You are getting students involved with the unicorns in the school. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
No, but maybe Miss James or someone like that can. Maybe that's a community service group, or maybe Mr. Braun. Is that an athletic team, the unicorns?
Hang on. Oh. I'm sorry, uniforms. Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah. We are looking at modification of the uniforms. We want to look at something that's better fit for students, and even a little bit of better style. And we'll look at the color. We'll look at the material as well. We'll probably do an upgrade on the top, and we'll figure out how to get better fits for shorts. I think we're looking at that as well.
All right then. Thank you.
Have you ever looked at the stars and wondered if we are alone in the universe?
No.
Well, here's some scientific proof.
Experts claim that a UFO can be found using the world's largest telescope. Nick Pope makes the claim that his $2.1 billion sensitive radio telescope will be able to reveal any life within 100 light years. He states that they are searching all the time for a shadow of Earth. This project should be completed in the year 2025. That is within our lifetime. This telescope will be faster, higher in resolution, and have a 50 times greater sensitivity. Be ready for 2025 because it will be a great step to proving whether or not extraterrestrial life exists.
Farrington.
Now that we are returning to Earth, let's focus on a more serious topic.
As many of you know, there was a devastating earthquake in Nepal.
Many were injured and killed.
And all of them need our help.
Let's see what happened and what we can do.
The death toll is rising in Nepal after a massive 7.8 magnitude earthquake struck the region.
More and more people are fleeing their homes to set up camp outside. You can see how they're living in temporary accommodation, using anything they can to find some kind of protection.
hundreds of people on the stairs of this tower, inside the tower as well, when that massive earthquake occurred. Scores of bodies have been pulled out of this rubble, but even as I stand here, there is a distinct smell of dead bodies.
They're just entering into monsoon season there, and many people have lost their homes, so trying to find shelter and stay dry with the monsoons coming and mosquitoes and all that brings is certainly a huge concern right now. Most people with these houses in the villages, you're looking at $5,000 to $8,000 to rebuild a house, and most of these people wouldn't have $50 to their names really, or $100. So it's coming up with the money, the materials, and then the people to do the building. Personally, I became connected with an organization in Nepal, an orphanage called Ocean Nepal. I first made contact in 2008, really fell in love with the kids there, the people, the country of Nepal. And so I've been going back probably, anywhere from 3 to 5 times a year since 2009. You get out into the villages and it's, the area we were in was really complete destruction. There was probably upwards of 2,300 families we distributed rice to over 3 days, and I would say conservatively 1,800 to 2,000 of those families won't be able to move back into their homes. So certainly, that destruction really jumps out at you, but I think for me, what really struck me was just the sense of fear in the people. When you go into rural Nepal, one of the first things you notice is people out in the fields working and lots of people moving around. At this time, people are sitting under tarps. People are just trying to regroup and come to terms with what's happened and where they go now. By keeping this at the forefront of what we're doing right now, it's, the way the media works and the way the world works, it's, everything's kind of on a spin cycle, and even by the time we went to Nepal, the whole earthquake had already kind of dropped off the front pages of the news. It's easy to give some money and then forget about it, but keep being involved with the ongoing projects there and the ongoing recovery.
Well, that's it, ISKL.
We've had a good run, but now it's time to sign off for the last time.
We've enjoyed it thoroughly. This is Henry Shergan.
And this is June Tan, signing off for the last time.
See you next year, ISKL. I'm really glad that... This is Henry Shergan.
And June Tan, signing off for the last time. It's so sad.
My grade.
The year. I'm your anchor woman, June Tan.
Isn't it already messed up? I guess.